Very good morning to you all. Dignitaries in the dais and the chief guest of the day, Justice Markandeya Karju, Dr. Abdul Subhan, Mr. Nasir Ahmad, Mr. Rahim Khan, Mr. Rizwan Ashad, Dr. P.C. Jaffer, Mr. Abdul Ahad, APS, Justice Sudha, and other dignitaries present here, invitees, and my dear students. I deem it an honor to be here in front of you today, though I have gate crashed into this program. I wanted to meet my colleague and brother, Justice Karju, so I couldn't have given any other time except coming here. And that has given me an opportunity of sitting in the dais and observing the program. I really deem it an honor. For me, addressing the students has become a habit. As a matter of fact, as of yesterday, I have addressed 1,855 educational institutions because I have faith in the youth of this country, and I have an ambition to see that the youth will change the present situation in this country. I'm not talking about politics. I'm not a politician. I worked in many positions, but after coming into the institution of Karnataka Lokayukta, I felt till then I was a frog in the well. I did not know the sufferings of the people. I was comfortable, and I thought most of the people in the world were comfortable. Having worked in Karnataka Lokayukta for a short period, I realized the sufferings of the people. I wonder, what was the cause for it, After a great bit of deliberation, I formed an opinion. The present day problem is not because of the individuals, but it is because of the society in which we are. When I was young, I lived in a society which respected good people and felicitated them. It punished the wrongdoers. It is not a court punishment. For example, if in my village somebody committed a mistake or went to jail, my parents would tell me not to go near that house. It was a punishment not only to the man who committed the crime, but also to the other members of the family. So at that point of time, people were afraid to commit mistakes, and the number of people who committed mistakes were far few. But today, things have changed. Today's society respects only money and power, nothing else. You talk to them about an honest man, the reply will be, oh, what a useless chap. He doesn't take, he doesn't allow others to take. This is the definition of an honest person in the present day society. Unless we change this attitude of the society, I think things are going to be very difficult, my dear students, especially for you in your future. We have developed very much in this country, but more than all of that, a disease called greed has developed much more. Just to give you some example to show how much greed has developed, in the decade of 50s, out of many scams, I'm giving you one example of a scam called Jeep scam. Importing Jeep vehicles from Great Britain for our soldiers. Some people in power swindled 54 lakhs of rupees. In the next decade, there was a scam called Bofus. Not one, there'll be hundreds, but I'm giving you only one example. Bofus, people swindled 64 crores of rupees. Then came a scam called Commonwealth Games. There, some people in power swindled 70,000 crores in one scam. Then came a scam called 2G. In that scam, 1,76,000 crores were siphoned off. Then came a scam called Colgate. In that, 1,86,000 crores were siphoned off. These figures are not created by me. You can go to Google, mention the scam, you get the figures there. Imagine, if all that money had not been siphoned off, how much development that would have taken place in this country. The former Prime Minister, late Rajiv Gandhi, in 1985, made a public statement in Mysore where he said in 1985, out of 1 rupee government gave for development, only 15 paise reached the target. My dear students, it's your future. What's your part in it? This disease called greed has got no treatment. It's not afraid of the punishment by court of law because it takes so much of time. Most of the time, by the time final court gives a judgment, the accused may not be alive. The only way we can control this disease called greed is by inculcating a value called contentment in life, tripti as we call in vernacular. If you have contentment in life, you won't get greed. Now, contentment doesn't mean that you get a degree, you get a job, then you become a fakir. No. Everybody must have an ambition to become somebody rich, ambition to become powerful or get powerful posts. There is nothing wrong in becoming rich, but it should be legitimately. By not becoming rich by putting your hand into somebody's pocket or stone into somebody's plate. That will never ever give you happiness in life. I've seen people from very close quarters who have made billions and billions of rupees, but who do not get sleep in the night. Recently, I saw a photograph of a very powerful person being raided. And his house, they showed 252 crores of rupees in cash bundled up and kept when being seized by the investigating agency. How would he have got sleep? He'll be thinking when the ED will be raiding, when the IT will be raiding, when the robbers will come. That will be the only thing. That money will never, ever bring you happiness. Happiness comes from the money you earn legitimately. For that, you require this value called contentment. Contentment simply means being happy with what you legitimately have. It could be 1 million, it could be a few thousand. You have to adjust your life towards it. I have followed it. I have indicted 3 chief ministers of Karnataka in 3 different political parties. How much money do you think they would have given me? My dear students, content gives you a lot of happiness, unlike money you make from wrongful sources. Similarly, like contentment, there is a requirement of one more value. That's called humanism, what we call in Kannada as manaviyate. We are not born human beings. There is no species called human beings. We are born to a species called Homo sapiens in science, which has got nothing to do with humanism. Our elders have written in poems, in Kannada, they have written, Ene agu, ninge bekadavanagu, adare modalu manavanagu. Become what you want to become in life, but become a human being first. What are you saying? In accordance with that writing, I myself have been conveying to the students whenever I go to schools and colleges, my message. ಹುಟ್ಟುವಾಗ ಮಾನವನಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟದೆ ಇದ್ರೂ ಜೀವನ ಪಥದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾನವೀಯತೆಯನ್ನು ಅಳವಡಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಸಾಯುವಾಗ ಮಾನವನಾಗಿ ಸತ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೇಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಂತ ಗೌರವ ಯಾವುದೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. Though not born a human being, in the journey of your life you acquire humanism and die as a human being, there is no better glory than that. My dear students, I'll give you 2 or 3 examples of my experience in Karnataka Lokayukta, then I'll conclude. In 2011, a youngster called Harish Nanjappa was riding a motorcycle in the suburbs of Bangalore. There was a lorry following him with a punctured rim in the tire, in the front tire. There was an accident where the rim bent over his body and the body was cut into 2 pieces. But he was alive. There are a lot of people who were photographing, videographing the scene. He asked them for a little water. Nobody gave. The ambulance came, it picked the 2 pieces of body and was put in the ambulance. He was still alive. He told the staff, please tell the doctor to donate my eyes. Look at the contradiction in terms. What sort of human beings are we? We know the person is dying. All he wanted was a sip of water. Of course, you might not have had it carrying with you, but you can go to the nearest house, get some water and give it. But no. Look at this youngster. He knew he's dying because of somebody else's mistake. He's not angry. He thinks in terms of giving relief to somebody else by donating this thing. My dear students, becoming a human being is something which will bring peace in your house, will bring peace in your locality, it will bring peace in the country. Inculcate that. You don't have to buy these values in a medical shop. But very unfortunately, there is no way today where you are told about all these things. When I was young, my parents told me the do's and don'ts of life. If I made a mistake, I was corporally punished. When I went to school, there was a subject called moral science. Today, parents have hardly any interaction with the children. Working parents are busy with their laptop and computers. Not working parents are busy watching serials in the television. The boys are given, or girls are given an iPhone, and they live on the iPhone's values. And it has got no value at all. Now coming to, that's about humanism, coming to the thing about the greed. In 2011 itself, a couple came from Bagalkot with a 6-month-old child. I asked them, what's your problem? They said, this child looks perfectly all right, but this child has no rectum. It eats through the mouth, defecates through the mouth. The local doctor said, don't worry, because there is treatment for this. Take the child to a specialty hospital where the pediatric surgeon will rectify it. Believing that, they took the child to a government medical college hospital. The pediatric surgeon examined the child and said, I'll do everything all right, but it will cost you so much money. Money is not expenses, money is bribe. Husband and wife had borrowed some money. They knew what was happening in the government offices and taken the money and gave that money to the doctor. The doctor counted that money and says, for this money, I'll make a hole near the rib cage. The fecal matters will go out from there. The child has to wear a bag throughout life. What sort of a people are there? You must have prayed to God, give me education, make me a doctor, make me a pediatric surgeon, give me a government job. God gave everything. And he was being paid handsomely to do that job. But the greed didn't allow him. Karnataka Lokayukta officers did not take the child to another government hospital. They took the child to the Manipal hospital in the old airport road, where my treatment was going on, and I requested them to treat the child because we don't have any money to pay, and they did it. That child is today a 16-year-old girl. In the last birthday, she was brought to my flat. They requested me to wish them. I'll just finish it. And that is the prevailing situation today. My dear students, I request you to inculcate these two values and see the consequences. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.